You're watching Atlanta Small Business Profile with your host and small business expert, Ted Jenkin.
Hey everybody, this is Ted Jenkin, small business expert right here on the Atlanta Small Business Profile. And how about a taste today? A taste of Atlanta. Have you heard about going to some of the unbelievable food festivals that we have in this city? It's crazy. So today I've got CEO DeSena who's on with me, who is the CEO of Taste of Atlanta, the originator here in the city of Atlanta. And I want to know, Dale, is this the only business you've ever done? And how did you get into this business saying, I want to plan this mammoth food event here in the city of Atlanta?
Well, actually, this is my second company. I started in 1993. I opened up a custom publishing business 25 years ago. And I produced magazines for different businesses, but my first client actually was Chastain Park Amphitheater.
Oh yeah,
so
famous.
I created their magazine, their program, and I did that for 12 years.
Wow.
And after the first year, Alex Cooley and Peter Conlon, who were the producers of Chastain at that time, said to me, hey, we want to start a music festival. And I was like, okay, all right, let's start a music festival. Sounds great. I love music. I mean, I was in my 30s. And they said, we want to call it Music Midtown. And I said, wow. I said, sure, let's start a festival. So my whole forte from the beginning was really the ad sales, the sponsorship sales, marketing, and from custom publishing, it led into festivals.
Did you always have a passion for event marketing or a passion for festivals? Is that what made this transition?
I think I always had a passion for advertising and marketing. I think that I worked for an ad agency early on, first out of college, and then And then I worked for a new startup magazine and then an established magazine. And I just love that idea of helping businesses succeed. These were before the days of the internet. It was really magazines. There were newsletters, but again, they were printed. They were not online.
Right. A lot of direct mail at that time.
Exactly, direct mail. So we really had to be creative and make sure that our clients were happy. They were, seeing the ROI. The magazines did pull clients to them. So I found that really exciting.
So you're CEO of Taste of Atlanta. I know the Food That Rocks Now, Southern Wing Showdown, lots of really cool events. But walk me through the big one, the Mac Daddy, I call it, this Taste of Atlanta. How did that come about? And how do you even pull this off? I mean, I think it's a 30,000 person event this year. How will you pull that off?
Well, number one, it's just not me. I have an awesome team that I work with and have worked with, just some really great people. I think also that back in the early 2000s when I started, this will be our 18th festival this year.
But I started 18th year?
18th year.
Wow.
So about 20 years ago when I was working with a lot of other festivals, music festivals, art festivals, I said, wow, Food Network just started like in the late 90s and people were watching chefs on TV cook.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, that's really...
It was like the Julia Child days,
exactly,
right?
The Galloping Gourmet.
Galloping Gourmet.
I mean, we remember that. And people were like watching them and saying, oh my God. Well, I thought, what if I made the chefs my rock stars and brought them to a festival where people could actually meet them like they meet rock stars? We got something going here. So I started our first festival in 2001. And we were at Lenox Square and under big tents, and we had all our chefs that,
How big was it at that point?
Oh gosh, we were probably about 5,000 people.
5,000
But even at
people.
that, it was,
That's
that
massive.
was pretty big. That was pretty big. And Emeril Lagasse came. Emeril Lagasse came to our festival when he had a restaurant in Atlanta, and he said, I will never forget definitely the BAMs, but he was so personable and so awesome, and he met all his fans, and he shouted out from the cooking stage, Taste of Atlanta is better than Taste of New York City. And I cried. I was like, oh my God, I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it. So people wanted to meet the chefs, and we wanted to be the festival that brought them to him.
And logistically, I mean, this is not simple. I think people at home think, oh, I could do one of these, and I'll do it in my city or my town, and it's just easy to pull together. What kind of lead time do you need to plan one of these, and what goes into the logistics of making this happen so it's flawless? People come, they eat, they have a good time.
365 days of the year.
It is a year-round business. It's not like a part-time business.
I mean, you have to think about it. We are organizing more than 100 chefs over 3 days. We have 3 live cooking stages, 24 demos. We have sponsors. We have media partners. We have radio stations that are involved in TV and, PR, social media. I mean, it is a huge undertaking, and thank goodness I have an awesome team that really has their part, has their project, knows what it is, and we come together as a group to really produce an awesome festival.
How do you decide on location and price point? I think it's interesting because there are a lot of festivals, and you see some that cost almost nothing, and some can cost well in excess of $100. But how do you decide the price point, and then how do you decide the location? Because you do want to draw a lot of people from various areas. I know that you draw one of the most diverse audiences in the entire city. Many festivals do not do that. Many food festivals do not do that. How do you choose to do that, and where do you set the price points to do it?
Well, first of all, in our 18 years, we have moved around a little bit based on really what the city can provide us in terms of space and how many people we're looking to attend. So we started at Phipps Plaza, we moved to Lenox, we moved to Atlantic Station when it first opened, we moved to Tech Square. We were the first and only festival to ever shut down a state highway by the city. That took me a couple years to get done. We were there for 9 years. And then about 5 years ago, we moved to the historic Fourth Ward Park.
Right.
That is an awesome location for us. It has green grass, it has open areas. It's a nice strolling place. We love it, so we're staying there for a little while longer. And then I'm also about quality. So I don't want our festivals to get too big, and I don't want people to think, oh my God, it's going to be so crowded at Taste of Atlanta. I'm not into crowds. I don't want to do that. We really make it so that everything is enjoyable and it's not just wall-to-wall people like some other festivals have. Price point wise, we're quality over quantity in a sense. We're not a free festival. We will never be a free festival. We feel like that really qualifies the attendee for our restaurants and for our sponsors too, because our restaurants are there to turn tasters into diners.
Right.
That is our mission from
That's
day
why the
one.
restaurateurs come.
They want customers to come into their restaurants. The important thing is we are not just a weekend festival too. We are a year-round marketing machine that is helping these restaurants with marketing. We consider ourselves a marketing partner, and we want to make sure they're getting the ROI that they need. Also too, the sponsors are really important, and they want to meet new customers. So our huge foodie following is also the audience that our sponsors want to reach. It's who our restaurants want to reach, and it's what the consumers want. It's what the foodies want. They want to find the new great spots in Atlanta. What restaurants should I be going to?
Is this the kind of business that you can scale? Is it the kind of business that you could go to another city and do a taste of Dallas, a taste of Nashville, or do you say, I'm just happy, I've got this great lifestyle business, I love what I do, I'm around amazing people and restaurateurs? I think it's a tough decision for a lot of entrepreneurs. Do I stay as a lifestyle business, or am I going to try and scale this thing and conquer the world? How do you think about that?
That is the million-dollar question. I ask myself that a lot. I don't know. Right now, I have a son who's 14 in high school, and maybe when he graduates and moves on, I can think about expanding. It's definitely something I feel like could be scalable, and I would like to take it to other cities. But I don't know when the timing is going to be right, and I think about it often. So
you have one last meal here in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen, I guess, the best of the best of the best for all of these years. Do you have a go-to place or a go-to meal that you'd say you can't, if you've not done this in Atlanta, you really need to do it?
I have to say, I have so many go-to restaurants, so many go-to places, and I'm really kind of a neighborhood favorite kind of person. I like the fine dining, but I really appreciate more the local hangout. But also too, I'm still a seafood girl. I love blue crabs. I love a cold beer. There's just something about just simple foods,
yes.
And it doesn't have to be all frou-frou. But Atlanta's, is an awesome city for awesome food. We underestimate the amount of restaurants we have, but the quality of the restaurants that we have and the diversity of the restaurants that we have. It is international, it is Southern, it is all things. And you know what? We have New York City beat, we've got San Francisco beat.
I love that.
But we're like the best kept secret, but we don't want people to know we want people to know it's not a secret.
It's not
come
a secret.
to Atlanta, come to Taste of Atlanta. You know, it's the only place in the entire year that you can get 60 different restaurants all in one place.
I tell you what, you may not be able to pull off a food festival, but you have got to see Dale this year and go to the Taste of Atlanta. It's such a diverse festival, and I have to tell you what, this is going to be some amazing food for you to try. And if you ever thought you wanted to see one of those TV shows where you could watch the chefs live, you've got to do it. So go to Taste of Atlanta. And I'm Ted Jenkin, small business expert. Thanks, Dale, for coming on the program today. And this has been the Atlanta Small Business Profile.
Thanks for watching Atlanta Small Business Profile with Ted Jenkin, part of JBF Business Media.